The moment that a woman wins the crown and title of Miss Universe, a gown and a gown designer become iconic. Every woman who has won the title of Miss Universe in the last 15 years. I'm gonna cover the last 15 years just because I think there's so many amazing gowns in the last 15 years. We can always expand our date range, so we're gonna go from 2005 to 2019. Let's start with 2005, Natalie Globova. Natalie wore one of the simplest gowns we've seen a woman to win Miss Universe in the last 15 years. White, elegant, effortless. She looked like an angel, really. It was a very simple gown, thin straps, a beautiful low cut. It really elongated her and made her look even taller than she already is. 2006, Zuleika of Puerto Rico. She looked absolutely ravishing in this gown. This is one of the most iconic Miss Universe gowns in my opinion, just because of its uniqueness. It is so unique. I have never seen another gown quite like this. I also heard it was anywhere from like 20 to 40 pounds plus, and I actually heard from someone she basically ate nothing in order to fit into this gown because it was so like fitted, so specific that all the girls would be eating dinner and she would be eating literally a can of tuna, like nothing else, a can of tuna to fit into this gown. There's also the whole fainting spell thing that Zuleika experienced right after the crowning, and I heard it was due to the heat, the lights, the excitement, and the weight of the gown. Like she simply collapsed. 2007, Riyo Mori of Japan. This is actually a Gucci gown. This gown was also seen on Oprah Winfrey and I believe Gwyneth Paltrow as well, and it's very, I thought this gown was actually specifically designed for her, but it turns out it's actually a Gucci gown. Like I said, was seen on Oprah, and so maybe it's not as unique as I originally thought it was, but it's still beautiful. She pulled it off wonderfully, and obviously it helped win her the title of Miss Universe 2007. Then we have 2008, Dayana Mendoza of Venezuela. This lemon colored gown is one of my personal favorites just because of the way she wore it, the way she spun, the way she rocked that gown was absolutely impeccable. Her gown performance is one of my all-time favorite. Hi. So here to interrupt me, he's back. He's blonde.
Oh, I look terrible.
What?
I look so bad.
You know what's funny? I was just talking about the yellow color.
Wow.
The yellow.
Holy moly.
You don't look bad. You're just like, why are you so? Look at, I'm like pasty white and you're like brown.
I think it's the combination of my facial hair and then my head hair now. Yeah. It's weird.
Your teeth look really white.
Yeah, it's a mirage.
Everyone, this is Leighton, my brother.
Hi.
If you are fairly new, this is Leighton. He's my brother. I just said that. Why am I saying that again? Dayana Mendoza, Miss Universe 2008. This yellow colored dress. It was beautiful. She rocked it. 2009, Stefania Fernandez. She wore this red number that people either love or hate, I find. Just like Dayana, she rocked this gown. She spun it around. It looked beautiful on her. And of course, it won her the title of Miss Universe at 18 years old. She was 18 when she won the title. Do you want to, you probably don't even know what she looks like.
No.
This is her. So that was 2008, 2009 was the first time there was ever a back-to-back Venezuela and Venezuela won. 2010, Jimena Navarrete of Mexico. She wore this red gown and it was one of my favorite red gowns at Miss Universe ever. It looked absolutely beautiful. 2000, I feel bad because you probably don't know.
Oh, I got nothing to say. I just want to say that.
Okay, well let's, of the last few years, what's your standout winning Miss Universe gown?
I hate that I bring this up all the time, but like Catriona for me, just yeah, she looked amazing. So,
yeah.
And I obviously am very biased towards her. It seems like every time that there's like even a relevant conversation about her, I seem to bring her name up. So.
Right.
And the way she had her hair and like even like her little earring thing she was rocking out. Everything about it was just like amazing. But
everything about her wing look was stunning, beautiful, wonderful.
Yeah, I just wanted to drop in and say hi. It's been a minute and it probably will be a lot longer until you see me again. So hi and goodbye. Sorry.
2010, Jimena Navarrete. I can't remember what I just said there, but the red, it looks stunning on her. 2011, Leila Lopes of Angola. She looked absolutely breathtaking. I love the feather detail around the slit on her leg. That's something I normally don't like, but I felt like she pulled it off so perfectly. I love the way that the beading came in at her waist. And one thing I always think about when I think of Leila's performance is that she just looked like she was having so much fun. She rocked this gown. Obviously she looked so beautiful when she won, and I just thought she looked effortless. 2012, Olivia Culpo. This is definitely a love or hate gown for some people. I personally loved the gown because it's something so unique. This gown did not have a single sparkle, a single sequin. There was nothing glitzy about it in terms of the sparkles and shine that you usually see at Miss Universe. Absolutely one of the most unique Miss Universe dresses in my opinion, and she's a fashion icon now as it is, so it made sense that she wore something that made such a statement that wasn't your typical pageant gown, typical Miss Universe gown, if there really is a typical gown, but I think you guys know what I mean. Then we have 2013, Gabriela Isler of Venezuela. Gabriela wore a silver long sleeve beautiful dress. I mean, all these dresses are beautiful, they're all stunning. It had like a different pattern going on with all the sparkles, and I would have loved to see her in something maybe like sleeveless or something, just to give a little bit more of like the youthful look, but she looked absolutely gorgeous. She's beautiful from the inside out, and she looked stunning when she won the crown of Miss Universe 2013. Miss Universe 2014, Paulina Vega. This gown is so beautiful. It's crazy in a way because I feel like it's not super unique, but yet it is. The way that the paneling went down, like the stripe paneling or whatever you would call that, made her look like she was like 7 feet tall. Like she looked absolutely amazing. The way it came in at her waist, like this gown was clearly made for her, but it just showed her off in the best way possible. But she looked so beautiful. There's just something about this gown and her, it just is amazing. 2015, Pia Wurtzbach. This gown that Pia wore, it was by Albert Andrada. It was simple, blue, stunning. What really made this gown was the back. So because of Pia's smize, the way she looks over her shoulder, the way she just captivates the crowd with her looks, with her smile, everything, this back, the back of this gown, like that's what makes this gown just that much more of a wow factor. When she came out in the red gown that she wore in prelims, I thought she looked beautiful, she looked amazing, but the blue gown was an absolute wow factor. I actually heard from some of the people who work behind the scenes at Miss Universe. They said that when she came out in the blue gown during the final rehearsals, they felt like, yeah, here's our new Miss Universe. Here is the next Miss Universe. 2016, Irit Yusef of France. I actually prefer Iris's yellow gown that she wore during the preliminary competition, and I of course competed alongside Iris. I felt like she looked like Belle from Beauty and the Beast when she wore the yellow dress. The gold one is beautiful as well. They're both by a designer named Hoang Hai. He's a Vietnamese designer. I think that's the research that I've done and that I have found, so if that's incorrect, let me know in the comments, but that is what I have found. I thought these were both so beautiful. The high neck was gorgeous on the gold dress, the long sleeves, but I do have to say I felt like the yellow dress elongated her more. It made her look taller. That's just my personal preference, but again, I mean, you can't go wrong with either of these. They fit her to a T. Miss Universe 2017, Demi Peters. To me, this is a very simple gown, but yet it is so powerful. I was there in person watching in Las Vegas, and that gown, like there was something about it because it was so simple. You weren't distracted, if that makes sense. You couldn't help but look at her face, look at her confidence, and feel her confidence exuding during her walk. 2018, Catriona Gray. This is the Mayon gown. It literally has its own wiki page, and it was by Mac Tumang. Mac Tumang also did, I think, her prelim gown, the final gown that she wore when she passed the title to Suzie Betunze, and this is what it says on wiki. It says, the dress was called Mayon gown or Mayon volcano gown as its design was inspired by Elbai's Mayon volcano, and later the dress became known as the lava gown. It says that it weighed 10 pounds, but I feel like it probably even weighed more than that. But anyways, this gown looks so stunning. I remember seeing her prelim gown. I thought it was amazing. I thought it was beautiful, but I knew that she was gonna come out with something so jaw-dropping when she came out in the finals during the evening gown competition. And I remember watching it. I was like pretty pregnant at the time, and my jaw like dropped on the floor. Like this gown literally looked like it was on fire. Like it's so amazing. It is so iconic. One of the most iconic Miss Universe dresses ever, in my opinion. Miss Universe 2019, Suzie Betunze of South Africa. This gown, you know what? I didn't think she could get better than the prelim gown that she wore, because everyone gasped when she came out during the prelims in that white gown that she wore. And we were actually there in Atlanta watching. Leighton, me, and and Lily. Then she came out in this dress and we were like, yep, there she is. Like, we already felt like she was gonna win Miss Universe when we saw her in the prelims, but when she came out in this dress, we were like, absolutely, there's no way she can't win at this point. And I found online that it says the inspiration for this gown came from South Africa's earth minerals. This gown was entirely beaded by hand using 4 shades of beads mixed at varying degrees of intensity to create this ombre effect, and it took about 450 hours of hand beading to complete the look. And I don't know if you guys saw, but there is a video on the Miss Universe page about how her dress got ripped or something, like something happened to the dress before the actual final night. I haven't seen it. I need to watch it. I don't know why I haven't watched it yet, but it's on my to-do list of things that I want to see when I get the chance. So I wanted to try and narrow down a top 10 and a top 5 of my personal favorites from these gowns because they're just all so amazing. I have to say my favorite 10 would be Suzie Betunze, Miss Universe 2019, Catriona Gray 2018, Irit Yusef 2016, Pia 2015, Paulina Vega 2014, Olivia Culpo 2012, Yemena Navarrete 2010, Dayana 2008, Riyo Mori 2007, and then Natalie Mendoza 2006. And then if you force me to pick a top 5 favorite gowns, I would say Suzie Betunze. I just think that this gown is so beautiful. I love what it represents. I just think it pays that tribute to her country, but it also just, it was so unique. The design was so beautiful. It looked amazing on her. It complemented her so well. Zuleika, Miss Universe 2006, this gown, I mean, unbelievable. Truly amazing. Like, if it really weighed that much, I remember seeing pictures of the back of her neck all like scratched up. Catriona Gray, I mean, that gown is unbelievable. Paulina Vega, this gown, there's just something about it that I love so much. I think it is so beautiful. I'm gonna have to say my last favorite gown in my top 5 is gonna have to be Olivia Culpo's gown, just because it was so unique, so different, not the typical glitz and glam that you see in a Miss Universe gown. So that rounds out my top 5, and I have to say my top two, that's 4, my top 2 favorite gowns for different reasons. One, Zuleika, her gown, Miss Universe 2006. This is just so unique, so intricate, so beautiful. And then Catriona Gray's gown, for what it represents, for how unique it is, how she rocked it. It looked amazing. Those are my favorite 2 Miss Universe gowns. Let me know in the comments, what is your favorite Miss Universe gown that you've seen in the last 15 years? And I could go on and on about this. This video is already longer than I wanted it to be, and I still feel like I could have said so much more. So let me know in the comments, what is your favorite Miss Universe gown? Who wore your favorite Miss Universe gown? What country was she from? What gown was it? In the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video.